Alright guys, so I would say in most of my videos I'm very transparent and honest with you guys for the most part, but let's really talk in today's video because I want to talk about how Apex Legends finessed Warzone. Now I've made several videos talking about, the whole situation of Warzone players and Warzone streamers migrating to Apex because of the Warzone problems when Season 10 started, and I think you guys pretty much know how much of a spike Apex has had because of, those Warzone streamers coming over. But this whole, Apex versus Warzone feud has been going on for almost a decade. Actually, you know what? Over a decade at this point. It's been a very, very long, I would say, rivalry, and there's a very good reason why I believe that Respawn and Call of Duty have a, inbred kind of love-hate relationship. And to be quite honest guys, I feel like what Respawn has done with Apex has completely just finessed Call of Duty, because I don't think anyone really expected Apex to be this big of a game when it first dropped, because when Apex dropped it was just supposed to be the Fortnite killer. It was gonna die off in like 2 weeks, and of course, a whole 3 years later now, or 2 years later, I would say 2 years later, almost 3 years though, Apex is still doing great. It's at the top of its game, it's at its peak right now, and of course it's in direct competition with the biggest FPS game out, which is obviously Call of Duty and Warzone. Now before I get into the video guys, if you haven't joined my Discord server as well, I'll leave a link down below in the description. I'm going to be doing a brand new series real soon where you guys can actually send in questions over on Discord, and I'll kind of like make a compilation video of all of the questions and me answering them. Of course the questions will mostly be like Apex and gaming related, so if you want to be a part of those videos, basically every single week, click the very first link in the description down below, join my Discord server, and yeah, come say hi to everyone in the Discord. It's a real nice and welcoming community, kind of weird sometimes, not gonna lie, but I think you guys will enjoy your stay in the Discord server. So as I said, click the link down below and I'll see you guys there. So let's go back in time for a sec and really talk about the history between Respawn and Call of Duty, because once you guys understand this history, then the current situation taking place between these two games will make a lot more sense, and you guys most likely will see it from a different lens as well. So for you guys who don't know, right, Respawn Entertainment, the guys who obviously made Apex and Titanfall, were the original creators of Call of Duty. So like COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, those two games in specific, I would say, especially Modern Warfare 2, those games kind of pushed COD into brand new territories. COD basically became a phenomenon after Modern Warfare 2 dropped, I would say, especially multiplayer wise. Like COD was the first kind of game that just kind of took over everything because of its multiplayer experience, and a very big reason for that happening guys was because of Respawn and the now CEO of Respawn, Vince Zampella. So two of the co-founders of Infinity Ward at the time, and Infinity Ward is the studio that basically made, Modern Warfare 2 and COD 4. Two of the founders and kind of like figureheads of that company were Vince Zampella and Jason West, right? So these two guys, who obviously played such a big role in the success of COD, they had a falling out with Activision over Modern Warfare 2 royalties, and they were eventually fired from Infinity Ward, and they then went on to make Respawn Entertainment with a few co-workers who also left. So basically what took place back then was that the co-founders, the creators basically of, the biggest FPS games of all time, were basically kind of spat on and like pushed to the side. I feel like no one was expecting Modern Warfare 2 to be such a big and successful game, and that obviously caused some problems in business. So fast forward guys, a whole decade later, right, Apex Legends and Respawn, I would say, have the biggest battle royale game, the biggest FPS battle royale game out right now, and Activision is in a whole lot of trouble right now, not just legally, of course, like we know what's taking place, but also because, Warzone isn't really what it used to be, and many content creators, many streamers, many players are just complaining about the current state of Warzone, while everyone else is enjoying Apex. And Apex isn't perfect by any means, right? Apex, as we all should know, is not a perfect game, but compared to Warzone, and there are certain things that Respawn just does a lot better, right? Have you guys ever wondered why every single game that Respawn makes is of such high quality? Like even back to Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2, those games were really successful. Those games had a very strong fan base, and they were kind of like pioneers of FPS games. Like Titanfall 1 dropped, it was huge. Then 1 year year later, Advanced Warfare drops, which is a COD game, and it has insane movement, it has double jumping and stuff. 1 year after Respawn drops Titanfall 1. So honestly guys, I would say Respawn has been done dirty by Activision and by COD on so many different occasions. Like, Respawn really created COD. Respawn really made COD what it is today. And without the geniuses of Vince Zampella and Jason West, Call of Duty would not be where it is right now. And this is why the history between Respawn and COD is so interesting, because it makes me look at the current state of gaming between these two games in a very different light. Like, I feel like Respawn deserves for Apex to be #1. Respawn has so much talent, guys. The studio itself is so talented, and this just proves that if you make a good game, it has good content, it's fun to play, and they're actually a very good and talented studio, you could have a very successful game. And I feel like Respawn has finessed COD. Apex has finessed Warzone. After all of these years of everyone kind of talking bad about Apex and saying Apex is trash, Apex is just a Fortnite killer, you know, COD is the #1 FPS game mode, no one cares about Apex Legends who even plays Apex. Every single COD streamer I've seen try Apex and really play Apex for a good amount of time has fallen in love with the game. Tfue, Nick Merckx, Tinder Tatman. Now we have Nadeshot, guys, who's actually playing Warzone as well. Like, Nadeshot is a huge figure in the COD fan base. There's also been talks about 100 Thieves potentially making and creating an Apex team as well. I mean, Apex has been the biggest FPS game since Season 10 dropped. Every single streamer, guys, has been playing Apex and enjoying Apex, I would say. So if there's one message in this, guys, if there's one kind of like overriding message in all of this, stay true to yourself, believe in what you're doing, like believe in whatever you bring to the table, and do it consistently. It took Respawn 10 years to get Apex where it is right now, because without Titanfall 1, without Titanfall 2, without COD, we wouldn't even have Apex right now, because Respawn had to go through all of those trials and stuff to make a game like Apex, you know, to have the backstory, to have the lore, to have the movement, to have the game mechanics and stuff. All of this was learned, all of this was perfected, and when it was time, Respawn dropped a huge success, which, as we all know right now, is Apex Legends. So yeah, Apex finessed Warzone, and I'm not mad about it. I still love Warzone, I still love COD, I grew up playing all the COD games. Black Ops 2 was one of my favorite games of all time. It actually might be my favorite FPS game of all time. But then again, Black Ops 2 was made by Treyarch, not Infinity Ward, so two different studios. But yeah, I'm not trying to hate on COD, you know, everyone has played COD, everyone has enjoyed COD at least once in their life, I would say. At least once in your life, right? Like, COD has kind of impacted everyone's gaming journey, I would say. So COD is still a very kind of just like iconic game, but I'm also just really proud and excited to see where Respawn goes next, because they deserve it. They deserve this right now. They deserve all of the shine they're getting right now on Apex. And it's been a journey for sure. It's been a very long journey. 10 years in the making. So leave your thoughts down below, guys. What do you think of this whole, you know, rivalry between Call of Duty and Apex? What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts down below. I read almost every single comment. I might miss a few comments, guys, not gonna lie, but I try my best to read every single comment. So leave your thoughts down below. That's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed as always, and I'll see you in some more Apex. Till next time.